So sometimes I have to talk about what I want to talk about before I know what it is I want to talk about. I'm sure this is a normal thing. So January is almost over, and I'm realizing that I'm about to cross a milestone I have never crossed. I have run 3 marathons. I've run hundreds of races. I've put thousands of miles down, and this is the first time I will have run 100 miles in a month. It is currently the 26th of January, and as I say these words, according to my Strava profile, I have run 99.6 miles this month. That is, for me, an absurd number. I know that there are people who are popular on YouTube and people who are great and people who I am friends with who run that much every week and still manage to have productive and happy lives. And that's great. I don't begrudge them that one bit. However, I'm running a company. I work nights, so getting up in the morning to run is sometimes a slog. I'm going to be a dad in 2 months. I have a discipline problem in that I am still learning how to be a disciplined person. A large part of this channel is me figuring that out. I'm learning a lot of things about a lot of things right now, and I have a lot of mental energy tied up in those things. So for me to commit this month and hopefully moving forward to finding a place for myself where I can meditate, and that is also something that gives me energy and makes me feel better about myself and my place in the world and allows me to deal with the huge amount of noise in the rest of my life, is something that's absolutely worth my trouble, and I think it makes me more pleasant to be around, which is a big plus. I think this is actually a really important point. You need to find a place within yourself that is good for what you do and that serves you. If you can find a little place, even just a tiny little place that serves you, then you can serve other people the rest of the time. And that's the ideal. That's something you really want in the world. You want to build a place where you are as good for everyone else around you as you are for yourself. And for me, I find that the more I take on running as a place where I can kind of internally work some things out, the better off I am in literally every other part of my life. And I am thrilled that I was able to find that. And I hope you find that for yourself. It's a good discipline. And like I said, I need discipline. I need to find that discipline in myself. I did not grow up in a military family. I grew up among people who openly rejected the military as an idea. I grew up in a situation where I had to learn my own sense of discipline, and I just didn't. I was able to coast on my intelligence level, and that did not serve me as well as maybe it could. If there's one thing I want to do in the second half of my life, it's learn to enjoy the doing of things a little more. The knowing of things is great, and the learning of things is the meaning of life. But the doing of things is what connects what's in here to what's out there in the world. And I think that's really important. I think that that's the thing that I have come to realize way too late in my life. And so now I'm here. I'm learning. I'm over 40 now. I'm so over 40 that I am over 50. And so it's time for me to figure this stuff out. But I am very much enjoying the realization that I have a big lesson that I have to learn. And that lesson is the doing is the point. If you like the idea of me talking about stuff like this every once in a while, cool. I suppose I could put more running footage in, but I don't think anyone wants to see a 52-year-old man sweating and snotting his way through a New York City winter. But there might be a little bit of footage. I am so happy that I get to do this. And one of the big things I was really concerned about in my life was that I wasn't going to have meaning in the second half of my life. That once I was no longer a touring singer-songwriter or somebody that was trying to get on game shows, that after that, what was there to do with my life? And my big concern was that I was going to become a cranky old man with nothing to offer the world. And I've got to get through this life. I've got to do something while I'm here. And, I can't change my stripes, but I can change my attitude. And so this is what I'm doing. I'm going to try and do better, because the doing is the point. The doing is the point.